I mean, Addy, you saw the text message I sent you. The only call log I have with Derek in the past 4 days was today.
I mean, I don't know if I could.
For me to have talked to him yesterday, you would have
I
seen
don't
the call log.
I don't know if I could share, but I could screenshot.
Okay, guys. Obviously, like the viewers know who's lying, so just come out with it.
It's not me.
One of you guys is lying.
It's not me.
Okay, yeah, I was the one that lied. I'll say it.
Derek.
I'll say it.
So I have this thing called the extra vote advantage. Found this week 1 at the challenge. Derek's known about it since week 7. Do you want me to read it out loud? All right. It says, congratulations, you have found an advantage in the game. This advantage grants the holder an extra vote at Tribal Council. To use this advantage, please cut out this portion of the document and bring it to Tribal Council. Present and use it at the voting box. Here's the portion you cut out. The last time you can use this advantage is Final Four Tribal Council tonight. And here's a special thing right here. You are allowed to grant this advantage to someone else. To grant, both players must text Luke for confirmation. If the person who is holding the advantage is voted out, the advantage dies with their flame.
Well, what about Austin? What about last week?
It's vote Austin. You're going.
I didn't lie to Addy last week, period. I didn't lie to Addy this week, period.
Well, I mean, you went behind my back last week and tried to get me to go home.
You guys voted out Geneva over summer and left me out of it.
I just sent the clue to the advantage that I found out the challenge. Take it as you will. I mean, it's as real as it gets.
I mean, it looks a lot like the fake ones that Hannah put out. A lot like the same exact ones. And it says, like,
I'm not Hannah.
I know you're not Hannah, but I mean, it looks very different than the other stuff we've got in this game.
I have received the votes. Remember, if the vote is still tied after this, we will enter a tiebreaker challenge. First vote. Mike. Austin. We are tied again, which means Mike and Austin will be entering a Final Four tiebreaker challenge to earn a spot in the Final 3. Addy and Derek, you both have a 1 in 3 chance of winning this game, and either Mike or Austin will join you. So here I have 15 questions about the entire season of Survivor Syracuse. You guys have crossed paths before. You both are on original Zeleny. Then Mike, you got to New Zeleny. Austin, you got to New Maroon. But a lot of these questions are mixed match between your entire Survivor journey. That said, you guys also both won the Transitional Tribe Challenge, as well as winning many individual immunities. So we'll see who makes it into the Final 3. If at the end of the 15 tiebreaker questions, we are still tied, we have 3 more questions. If at the end of that question, we're still tied, we have 1 question to seal it all. All right. Everyone understand?
Yep. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, man.
All right. So I will say the question. You both will text me. Once I get both of your texts, I will reveal the answer and see who gets it right. And I have a counter here. Each question is worth 1 point. All right. First question. In the first challenge, who were the 2 captains selecting the initial tribes? We need both names here. All right. The 2 captains were Meg and Eli. You guys both got that right. 1-1. Next question. In the first challenge, who were the last 2 picks? The correct answers for that question was Mitch and Aaron. You guys both got that correct. 2-2. Number 3. In the first challenge, who were the 3 judges? And I need the names of them. All 3.
Full names or first names?
First names. The correct answer for this was Sean, Colin, and Molly. You guys all got that correct. So 3-3. Still tied, heading into the 4th question. Number 4. In the second challenge, Team Zeleny, despite Aaron, who was recently voted off prior, who are the 2 people who are not present in the filming of Challenge 2? The correct answers there were Meg and Addie. We are still tied 4-4. Number 5. Where were we for Challenge 3 when we carried the rocks? The correct answer was quad/Hendrick steps. I'll accept both answers. We are still tied 5-5. Number 6. For the 4th challenge, Mike and Austin completed the last word puzzle. What was that word puzzle?
No, we're good. We're good.
Go. Just do it. Make sure you have it first.
I've already won.
The winner wins. Yay. The correct answer was I've already won. Austin got that right. Mike, you got that wrong.
Had to put it.
Here we go. Mitchell. Nope. Did I give a chance?
Easy cheesy.
That is wrong. 4 points. It was say cheese.
Oh! I knew that one!
The correct answer was say cheese. No one got that right. Still 6-5. Number 8. Who is the first person of this season, season 2, to find a real immunity idol? The first person. Find.
Can't seem to find what I'm looking for. I have not done so. Vlog this moment and proceed to text Luke. See what Luke.
The correct answer was Nasan. You guys both got that correct. 7-6. Still Austin in the lead. Number 9. Remember, we have 15. Number 9. You two won the transitional tribal challenge, or in other words, challenge 5. What was the puzzle for that challenge?
Syrvivor Syracuse.
The correct answer was Syrvivor Syracuse. You both got that right. It is 8-7, Austin. Number 10. What was the name of the 3rd tribe introduced into the game after the transitional tribal? The new tribes for Vicavora. We have Mitchell, Erica, Meg, and Geneva. I will need one. Okay. The correct answer was Vicavora. Mike got that correct. Austin did not. Now it is back tied 8-8. Moving on to the 11th question. For challenge 6, the Find Luke scavenger hunt, which alumni was the first picked?
We choose Valentina. Hey, thanks. Right, so Vicavora has...
We got both the answers. The correct answer was Valentina. For that question, Austin got a point. Mike did not. Austin, you were back in the lead, 9-8, heading into the 13th question. We have the 13th, 14th, and 15th. 13. For the first merge challenge Dizzy Bat challenge, what were the 3 colors of the dodgeballs? The correct answer for this was red, purple, and yellow. No one got that right. 2 more questions left. Number 14. In the Dizzy Bat challenge, what color were the bats? The correct answer was black. In this case, Mike got it correct. Austin did not. We are back tied 9.
Oh my God.
to 9, entering the final question. All right. In the final question, number 15, in the Loved Ones Challenge, who out of the loved ones that participated, who identified as males? How many loved ones identified as males? Right? If one person gets it and the other doesn't, they will earn a spot in the final 3. All right, I have both of your answers. The correct answer was 3. You guys both got that correct. You're tied 10-10, heading into the 3 tiebreaker questions. Remember, if we are still tied after these 3 tiebreaker questions, we will have one final question, and the person who is closest to the answer will make it to the final 3. All right, first tiebreaker question, score 0-0. In the Maroon 5 First Tribal Council, where Daisy went home, who played a fake idol? I have both your answers. The correct answer was Daisy. You guys both got that correct. It is 1-1. Second question. In the Vika Vora vote, a tie occurred between Mitchell and Megan. How did Erica and Geneva decide who went home? Correct answer was flipping a Syracuse ID. You guys both got that correct. 2-2. Last question before we get into the final question. How many real idols have been played this season before the merge? Talking about before, how many real idols have been played? One person gets this wrong and the other doesn't. We have our final 3. But in this case, the correct answer was 3. You guys both got it correct. We are still tied, and we are moving on to the final question. All right, guys, you boys both deserve this. You guys both deserve to be here. You guys have proven your worth. You guys have played this entire season. Now let's see if you've been keeping track. The final question, you have to be the closest to the correct amount. You can go over, you can go under, but you have to be the closest to it. Final question. How many hours have we played in this game from the first day we all met to 9 o'clock today?
To what time today?
9 o'clock today. How many hours? $20 seconds. 10 seconds. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I have both of your answers. Okay, so final question was, how many hours have we played from the first day to now 9 p.m.? We do have someone who was closer to the correct answer, and they will be joining Addie and Derek in the final 3 and have a 1 in 3 chance of winning this game. The correct answer was 2,259, which means Austin, with a guess of 2,200, has earned his spot into the final 3,
Good job, Austin.
joining Derek and Addie.
There's no better way this could have gone, man. There's no better way.
The better way is I guessed Valentino like I was gonna guess, and then
I had the same thing happen on the bat one. I had black and changed it to yellow, changed it back to black, changed it back. There's no better way this could have gone. This was great. It's been such a good game.
I'm a Final Four goddess. I'll take it.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Excellent fought game. But
Oh,
sadly, I do have to stump your torch before I do that. Any final words?
Nothing but love, bro.
Good call on the bluff, Austin. I should have pulled the trigger earlier before travel. I shouldn't have done it at travel, but
Nothing but love, man. This has been great.
hope to see you succeed.
All right, with that said, Mike, the tribe has spoken. I will take you out of the chat. All right. Thank you, jury, for observing. Your final three is Austin, Derek, and Addie. With that said, we have one more challenge where one person will have immunity and choose between the other two to make the final two. Once that happens, the power shifts to the jury's hands, where you decide who is the sole survivor of season 2. All right, guys. Jury, I'm going to ask you guys to leave. Addie, Derek, and Austin, you guys stay here. You guys can unmute.
Wow.
Props to both of you guys. You guys must have studied the hell out of that.
You had me believing.
I can't imagine that going any other way.
That hurt a lot. It sucks. I was so close. I worked so hard in this game, and it just got snatched from me right at the end. I tried my hardest. I threw everything I could, except suggesting to vote Addie to Derek, because I'm pretty sure if I went up against Addie instead of Austin, I would have won. But can't think about what ifs now. I played almost the best possible game I could. I'm proud of the game I played. I think I played the best game out of anyone in this game. I'm proud of how I developed from the start. I was so bad. I was overconfident, thinking I was gonna be better than everyone else, and I was just gonna run through them. And then that Derek vote just slapped me in the face, or the Aaron vote slapped me in the face, and then fake idol, and then being paranoid about Hannah, and then I think what snapped me out of it was getting hit in the face with a rock in the third challenge. And then I woke up, I started playing this game. I made connections with everyone. I was able to come down from a 7-4 number deficit. I was able to come back from that. I was able to be the person everyone was coming to in the majority alliance. I was running this game, and I was playing with good people, and they made the right move to get me out. I have no regrets. Actually, no, I do. I wish I took control of my game this week instead of letting Derek. And when I did it, I think with the advantage, this might be me being hopeful that it worked, but I think I had Addie fooled for a second. And then Derek kept talking, and then it's just like, it was this whole thing, but I don't blame anyone but myself. I want to make sure that the best player gets my vote. So, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Kept me up at nights. I feel like the only thing I would have traded this for is a win in this, but I got as close as I could get. So, can't be too upset.
So the details of this challenge, for the final immunity challenge, has to do with you three, Austin, Addie, and yourself, outlasting everyone else in the game. So everyone else in the game had to film an exit confessional after they got voted off. So for this challenge, you have to use your intuition about how you talk to these people in the game, how they kind of talk, what they would probably say in those exit interviews. I have 16 votes from each of the people who are eliminated from this game, and I'll be reading them out to you, and you have to guess which person said that quote during their exit interview.
I hate this. I hate this so much. I hate this so much.
Some things about this challenge: everyone will be said once, no one will be said twice. So everyone is on here. It's in no particular order. So it could start with someone who was voted off 18th, someone who was voted off 2nd. No particular order, so it's random. You, Austin, Addie, all have the same order. but it's no particular order. At the end of the 16 quotes, you will be allowed the opportunity to repeat 2. So basically what I'll do, I'll say the quote once, two times, and then you'll give me your guess or who you think might have said that quote during their exit confessional, and then we'll move on to the next quote. So with the pen and paper that you have in front of you, you can write down the name of the person that you put for the first quote, second quote, third quote, just so you keep track. That being said, if you think someone is the first quote and then you hear another quote in like the 10th quote and you think it might be that, you can still vote for that person, but that might be a quote that you want to revisit in the end. The 2 quotes that you revisit, you can change your answers to, but you don't have to. So welcome, Austin. You have made it to the final 3 in a very interesting way, but you have made it here to the final 3. You have a 1 in 3 shot of winning this game. And this is the final immunity challenge to earn a spot in the final 2 and make your case on why you should win this game. First quote. Well, this sucks because I had an idol and I should have used it. But hey, there's a competitive group of boys and girls out there. I had fun, and hopefully someone from Maroon 9 wins. Who said that quote?
That was Nassan.
Nassan is your answer for quote 1.
Do I just say my answer out loud when I'm done?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with Nassan.
Okay.
Okay, for one, I'm gonna go with Nassan.
I figured I was going home this week, so I'm not too surprised. It was a good move. I figured it was either going to be me or Austin. I'm kind of speechless right now. It was a tough scene, but that's one way to go out, I guess.
Jack.
I'm gonna go with Jack.
Okay. Moving to the 3rd quote. Bro, I don't know what happened. I saw all of them whispering, and I was just really trying to make friends. I don't know why I got voted off. This shit is really crazy.
I'm gonna go with Aaron for that.
Aaron is your vote there. All right.
I'm gonna go with Aaron.
Who said that quote?
I'm gonna say Aaron.
Going with Aaron Patashnik for number 3. Quote number 4. So yeah, that didn't work out. Guess I'm too good at this game. They voted me out, and that was a smart call. What you gonna do? It's the name of the game.
I'll go with Sean.
Going with Sean the Pause.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Hannah.
Going with Dolan for quote 4.
I'm gonna go with Sean.
Okay. Moving on to the 5th quote. I'm actually surprised this didn't happen earlier. I really have nothing to say. How many votes since I've flipped and I'm still here? What you gonna do? I guess I'm going home.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Erica Lagarde for quote 6.
I'm gonna go with Erica.
Okay.
Erica.
With Erica Lagarde for number 6. Quote number 7. You know, that's kind of a tilt. I don't know what happened. I don't know, dude. That sucks. I don't really know what to say. I didn't really see it coming. I guess I just hope my team wins. Who said that?
I think that was Eli.
Going with Eli for number 7.
I'm gonna go with Noah.
Going with Noah Schroeder for quote 7.
I'm gonna go with Andrew.
Going with Andrew Clark for quote 7. Moving to quote 8. That hurt a lot. It sucks. I was so close. I've worked so hard in this game, and it just got snatched from me at the end. I tried my hardest. I threw everything I could. Who said that quote?
I'm gonna go with Mike.
Go with Mike Rizzuto there.
I'm gonna go with Mike on that one.
Go with Mike Rizzuto. Who said that quote?
Mike.
Go with Mike Rizzuto there. Number 9. Quote 9. I knew it was coming, I think. It sucks. Actually, I didn't see it coming. I'm not taking it personally, but it's kind of hard not to. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's been fun, it's been real, and I'll miss it.
I'm missing Noah.
Go with Noah Schroeder for number 9.
I'm stuck between two. I'm gonna go with Megan.
I'm gonna go with Daisy.
Going with Daisy Leapson for number 9. Number 10. This is the 10th quote. I'm just so upset because I've worked so hard and I made a lot of moves to make it to the end. And the fact that I didn't get to make a speech at the final 2 is devastating because I knew I was ready for it.
I think I'm gonna go with Summer.
Going with Summer there. Summer Sorbonne for quotes 10. Who do you think said that?
Oh. I think that one was Mike.
You think that one was Mike? Okay. Number 10, Mike Rizzuto.
I'm gonna go with Geneva again.
Going with Geneva for number 10. Number 12. Pretty disappointed. 5 times in a row. You know, I pushed my luck, and I even tied it twice. Sadly, I didn't have a tie today. Unfortunately, I'm going home.
Tied it twice? Geneva?
Going with Geneva for 12.
Say, but I'm going with Mitch.
Going with Mitchell Vargas for number.
Mitch.
Going with Mitchell Vargas for number 12. Moving to number quote 13. After this, we have 3 more quotes. Obviously, I'm sad to go. I'm just disappointed at the guys on our team. I hate that divide was so gendered. I'm really upset with Mitchell. Who said that quote?
Daisy.
Going with Daisy Leapson for number 14.
I'm gonna go with Daisy.
Going with Daisy Leapson. Bleep, man. I had a feeling that this was gonna happen. I said during the vote, there's always a chance. I guess I was that chance. Wow. Mike is a really good liar.
Okay. I'm gonna go with... Oh, that could be Eli too. I'm gonna go with Eli.
I guess that one's Eli.
Going with Eli Shoeshirt at number 15.
I'm gonna go with Eli.
Going with Eli Shoeshirt. And last quote, number 16. I mean, I'm proud of the game I've played, but I had so much more. It just sucks because I let everyone down. I was trying to prove something too. It's so frustrating because if I just got my hands on the idol first, I'd still be here. Who said that quote?
I'm gonna go with Megan.
Going with Meg Fitzpatrick for that. Who said that quote?
That was Hannah.
Going with Hannah Dolan for number 16. Who said that quote?
Hannah.
Going with Hannah Dolan for 16. With that said, I will only announce the winner on Saturday after the Rites of Passage ceremony. And that's all I have for you.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Hey guys, I just did the final challenge.
of Survivor Syracuse Season 2. And I have to say, man, it has been a wild ride. At no point did I ever expect myself to go this far. Incredibly thankful that I did. Incredibly thankful to be playing with the two people that I'm playing with right now, Austin and Addie. They both deserve to be here. They're incredible players, incredibly nice people. That being said, they both realize the game that I've played. And I pat on the back, I have played a pretty good game, I do feel. And they know that, and they know that, I have a good chance of winning this game. And therefore, I really don't think that there's any way that they would pick me to go into the final two with them. So I gotta win this challenge, Coming out of this last challenge, I don't know what to feel. I don't know if I did a good job. I don't know if I did a bad job. I know for a fact that the maximum number that I could get right is 14. That everything goes right. Probably everything did not go right. The thing that I'm glad about is that, one, it wasn't a puzzle, which, I didn't think I could beat anybody at. And, it wasn't something that we could have studied for. So, it's honestly a toss-up right now. I have no idea who won this challenge. I just know that I need to win, otherwise I'm going home. And I'm not ready to go home. I made it this far. I am so close to making it to the end. And if I make it to the end, I feel like I have a really good chance of winning. So I just need to win this one last challenge, and then my dream will come true. But I won't know until 2 days from now. That's great. So, I'm really crossing my fingers, and I really want to win. But, we'll see what happens. If not, it's been a hell of a game, and hope you guys enjoyed watching me throughout the way. Thanks, guys. Hopefully this isn't my final vlog.
My best score is going to be 15, which I think is definitely likely good enough to win the challenge. I was the last person to go, so after I went, I texted Addie and we compared our answers. And we actually got the same for most of them. I think there were only 4 that we got differently, something like that. Which hopefully means that we got at least 12 right. And if that's the case, a lot of the ones we got different were ones I was unsure of. And the people she put for it were people I thought it also could be. So, it seems kind of likely that we got it done. And personally, I would like it to be me who won, not because I don't trust Addie to take me. I think after last week that Addie most definitely will. But, I think I kind of want to pitch my case to the jury and kind of show that I really proved my spot here, and made Ripple's Final 5 to get an Alliance member to win the tiebreaker Final 4, and then to win a final immunity to secure the spot for myself. That's a pretty big thing to be able to say to a jury. So I know for a fact that if I find out tonight that I won the challenge, I'm bringing Addie for sure. And it's not because I think it's the easier win. It might be, but I also think Derek absolutely shot his game on the foot last rival. But it's not because it's the easier move or the taking the easy way out. I reward loyalty, and I said last week it's a heck of a lot easier for me to choose someone to bring to Final 2 with me if they voted to keep me, and Addie was the only person that did that. So I think that at the end of the day, Addie's the one who deserves the spot if I win. And I still think I have one heck of a case to pitch to a jury. I'm pretty confident I have a couple votes on the jury. I know that, some people definitely have been cheering for me this whole time, and I think that if I get the opportunity to pitch my case to them, I think I can really prove why I deserve to win this game. So, only a couple hours till I find out, but really this game is going to get determined tonight, I think.
Okay, so I just had the final 2 challenge, which was trying to figure out who said the quote. And I feel pretty confident in my answers. I will say, my social game in this game has helped me out in that aspect, because I feel like even though I may not have talked to everyone, I had a good understanding of who would have said what. I don't know, I feel confident in my answers. Obviously I feel like I don't think Derek would have done as well. I don't even know. I could be wrong, because he didn't really talk to that many people in the beginning of the game. So my luck basically rests on me winning or Austin winning. It would be absolutely sick. Imagine the one challenge that I win was this one, the most important one. That was just, that would be crazy. I've been just thinking about this whole game and this whole experience and how crazy it is that it started out with 18 or 19 people, I forgot. And I'm still here somehow, so it's crazy. But I started thinking about the jury speeches and what I have to say to convince. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the jury that are coming in there. They already know who they're gonna vote for. No matter what I say, it doesn't matter. Like I could have played the best game ever, and they're still gonna vote based on personal experiences and personal relationships, which is fine. I'm not gonna kiss butt. I'm not gonna suck up to these people. That's just not me. So I will be addressing the people, obviously, that respect the game and that will actually want to vote for the person that deserves the vote the most. So yeah, I'm thinking about that. Lots to think about. But today should be fun. I hope I won, and yeah.
All right, welcome. Final three, Austin, Derek, and Addie. You guys all deserve the right to be here. And with this comes rites of passage. So today, unfortunately, we're not at Syracuse campus, but we will be doing this virtually. We will walk through everyone who has fallen before you guys, from Aaron all the way to Mike. You guys have the opportunity to talk about these people and the possible relationships you had with them.
I have some strong feelings on this one. Aaron tried real hard to get me out week one. I didn't really get to know him that well. For the brief time that I did know him, he lied to my face numerous times. So definitely would have been interesting to see what would have happened if he made it further, because he seemed to have some sort of master plan where first he would vote out me, then he would vote out Noah, and then he would vote out Addie. So definitely kind of would have been interesting to see if people stuck with him, but I have to say that I'm glad that he got voted out.
Yeah, I didn't really talk to him much, and especially after that week where we had the challenge, the questions about each other, and we got to know each other that much better, and he didn't really fit into that just because he didn't talk with us much after that. So that was kind of just an easy decision to go with.
I didn't talk to him until way after he went out, so I don't really know what to say about him.
I didn't talk to him either at all. I found out he had the idol 3 weeks after it all happened. That was probably one of the biggest mind-blowing things about the game for me, was the fact that he had the idol the entire time. We thought that Daisy had it, and then it was a fake, and then he had it the entire time.
Daisy. I just out of the game and in the game, she had a great personality. She was always really just cheerful and positive, which is a nice relief in this game, because I feel like a lot of people are very serious about it, and it was just a breath of fresh air to have. She's just so funny.
I didn't talk to her much in the game, but I actually ran into her in my dorm a couple times after she got voted out, and she did seem like a really cool, nice person. And we had nothing to do with that vote, but would have been nice to at least interact with her on a game level.
Hannah was my girl. She was my number one for a while, and obviously we kind of had we worked very well together, but I didn't realize that she was basically working with the other side as well, which was she was in it to win it. She started way before everyone else started. She I think that's what scared people, was the fact that she knew what she was doing. She wanted it really badly, and her talking to the other side, I guess, led to her demise.
This sucked. At this point in the game, for me, I wasn't sure what direction I was going to be moving in. But, I mean, Megan going home that vote is absolutely the last thing I thought would happen. Like, we were all, like, we had just gotten our new tribes. Everyone was figuring out the new dynamics, kind of piecing together how big, like, that Maroon 9 alliance and how strong it really was. And then, out of nowhere, Megan gets voted out at a tribal council where she wasn't even the one who was supposed to get votes.
Oh, man. This guy was a fallen giant. He could have gone a lot farther than he did.
I think he was with us right now if he didn't go here.
Yeah. You know, I was shocked that Jack did not give Eli the idol. He gave it to Erica, which you know, I really don't understand why he did that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Mike was lying to everybody on Maroon 9, saying that he was going to vote with Eli and Abby against me. But even still, like, Erica was somebody who came into that alliance. Eli was somebody who was in there from the beginning.
Mitch.
Oh, Mitch! Oh, he was
I got the chance to play with Mitch.
Hannah ruined this kid. I feel so bad because obviously what everyone thought about him was wrong. Like, everyone thought he was this, like, snaky player that was gonna sabotage everyone, but I feel like he was one of the most honest players in this game. He was super loyal, which is sad because, like, I just don't think he should have gone home. I think that basically by Hannah talking to this, like, the other side, it kind of put a huge target on him.
This was the moment of the game, I think. I mean, sitting with Mike and then talking to you guys like the hour and a half before tribal council and just out of nowhere picking the entire thing apart, like their entire plan. I mean, that was key. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think we had a genius plan and it worked. It could have easily not worked, but it worked, so.
They could have just done anything differently and it probably would have worked for them.
Yeah.
Wild. Moving to the next.
He did it stupid. He did it stupid. I'm sorry, but, like, he willingly got voted out, basically.
Yeah.
Because his team came to him and were like, "Hey, we need you to pretend to be the, what was it?
The snake. Can you be the snake?
The snake. Yeah, it was. Can you be the snake? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll totally be the snake." And then, lo and behold, we choose to vote who we think the snake is. And it was him.
I was actually sad to see her go. I liked her.
Yeah,
and her dog.
I felt bad for this. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. She was just caught on the wrong side, and we had to not play into the idol. So.
You have a picture of Summer on here.
It's both of them. They're close.
Okay. Yeah, she was super nice. I never really got to know her that well, even though I was on the same tribe with her briefly. Kind of what they said, you know, it wasn't a pleasure to vote her out. I think part of the blame of her going home can be put on Sean. I think it was a little selfish of Sean to play the idol on himself. Like, I understand why he did it, and, you know, I probably would have done the same thing, but, like, when we know that he has the idol, we're not going to vote for him. You know what I mean? It would be extremely risky to vote for him, so he should have played it on somebody else. And if he guessed right, you know, the game would have been completely different.
Two-time player.
This just needed to happen. It just needed to happen.
I feel like he played a better game season 1.
I think
he's just a challenge beast.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think if he would have stayed with us or worked with us, he would probably still be in this game because he could win every single challenge. And we wanted to work with him, so I think him not choosing Zeleny or Derek and Austin was the reason that he went home, basically.
The one true flipper in this game. I have to say, she has guts. She really has guts. She was the one person who had the courage to flip. Ended up working against her. But you know, I give her props for doing it. I will say that towards the end, she got a little snarky.
Yeah.
I remember one time Mike texted her. He was like, "So what's the plans for tonight?" And she responded with, "What's it to you?" And we were like, "Whoa!"
She played a great game, but very quietly. And it's like one of those ones where you don't realize it until you put it under a magnifying glass, and like exactly that happens exactly at Final Tribal Council. So like if you let her get there and like explain the way she honestly left her mark in every aspect of the game, like she had a great chance of winning it all. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But like, not to mention the fact where if she did stay, if she won 2 challenges, she wins the game just because of who the jury is. So like,
Yeah.
it was just her time had come. Honestly, she almost climbed out of the grave, but kind of just lost her footing in the last second.
Like,
nothing but love for this man. Because like him and I just connected on a game level, on a personal level. Like I genuinely enjoyed like spending time with him and talking to him. And I don't think there's any other way it could have gone down than with a tiebreaker that went to a tiebreaker that went to a tiebreaker. There's no other way I think me and Mike could have battled it out to at least get this spot. Like that was fitting in my opinion.
for sure.
Yeah, Mike was my bud. You know, it's kind of funny because, like, you know, everybody kind of talked about throughout the whole season how, like, we were a duo. And that's honestly never what it was. Like, we never, like, looked at each other and were like, oh, man, like, let's be this, like, duo. It just kind of happened. Like,
Yeah.
even when Mike won the challenge and get to pick me, like, to be safe during that giant one group tribal,
Yeah.
like, there was no reason why he picked me.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
I was shocked.
I picked Sean because I didn't want to make any splashes. I was like, this guy just joined. I'm gonna pick him. Let him play a week. And then Mike kind of looked at me like, oh, you took my idea. And then he picked you, and he was like, yeah, I just needed to pick someone, and Derek was probably the best bet. And I mean,
so to the 3 of you, I am happy to have you guys in the final 3. I'm happy to have you guys for Survivor Syracuse, and I'm happy to have these relationships moving forward. But with that being said, there will be only one winner of Survivor Syracuse Snakes and Secrets. One of these pictures will be that winner. One of these pictures will go home tonight and not be the final 2. And we will invite the jury to see who those 2 people are. So that was the rites of passage. And now we will invite the jury in. Just to fill in the jury for this final immunity challenge, you all, plus the people that went before you in the pre-merge, all share something that the 3 people who are still in the game don't. That's the exit confessional. So basically, a big part of this game is outlasting people, yes, but also making those social connections because this is a college survivor. So for that challenge, we had 16 quotes from each of your guys' individual exit interviews. Sean, you've seen something similar in season 1. This was from the exit interviews, and each of you had a quote in there. So for the challenge, I read aloud a quote, and then those 3 had to say who they thought that quote was said by. So everyone is on there, and we have all of the points. They don't know who won immunity. We're going to find out now. I will now say the results of the final immunity challenge. This is the last time one person can win immunity and guarantee their spot in the final 2, where they will also bring one of the other 2 to join them. Without further ado, I will announce who came in 3rd place. Okay, so in 3rd place, with a score of 11 out of 16 quotes correct, we have Derek. So Derek, you have not made it to the final 2 yet. You will plead your case to the other person that joined you. All right, now I will announce the winner between Addie and Austin. So the winner of the immunity and a chance to bid their case in the final 2 with a score of 14 out of 16 quotes correct is Addie. Addie, congrats. You have guaranteed your spot into the final 2. Derek, Austin, you are not there yet, but you do have the opportunity to plead your case to Addie on why she should take you instead of the other. In this opportunity, I'll allow Austin and Derek to choose who wants to go first to plead their case to Addie. Addie, this is solely your decision on who you want to bring to the final 2. Derek, Austin, you can decide.
If you want to go first, it's all yours. If not, I'll go.
You can go first.
All right. Well, Addie, I think it's kind of surreal that the 3 of us are the ones sitting here, but we've been really close these past couple weeks, and it's honestly been great to actually get to play this game with you and make the decisions for ourselves. We've had a tight bond, and we both value loyalty a lot in this game, and I've had your back the past couple weeks, and you've surely had mine. So the decision is yours. I've never really lied to you in this game. I've always wanted to play with you, and I hope that you choose me, of course.
All right, Addie, take that into consideration. Derek, your turn.
Addie, you're just, man, I'm so proud of you. You haven't won any individual immunity challenges up to this point, and you won the one that counted. That's freaking huge. Unfortunately, I no longer have the luxury of saying that I've never lied to you in this game. I did lie to you once. Again, I'm really sorry about that. That was more to protect you more than anything else. Throughout this whole entire game, people have kind of been telling me how strong of a game that I played, but one thing that I've told you is I really think that people overvalue individual challenge wins in this game. Obviously they're important, obviously they get you through the game, but if you keep on winning that much, as we kind of showed with Sean, people are gonna view you as a threat, and they're gonna want you gone. So yes, I have won a lot of challenges, but the fact that Austin has gotten to where he is today without winning more than one is a feat in itself. And it's definitely something that you should consider and says something about his game. 2, keep in mind that Austin has been on tribes with a lot of the people in the jury. He was on a tribe with Sean, Jack, Summer, and Andrew. He has relationships with them. In addition to everybody who was on our tribe. Meanwhile, on the other hand, I don't have Abby's number in my phone. I don't have Andrew's number in my phone. I don't have a lot of their numbers in my phone. I never had a relationship with them. So who knows how they're gonna vote. Number 2, in the past, due to the fact that I kind of lied towards the end of the game, I've burned bridges with a lot of people. Geneva, we haven't had a conversation since I voted you out, but I'm sure you're not exactly happy with me. And I'm guessing that you wouldn't want to vote for me come final 2. Same thing with Mike. One thing you guys don't know is that Mike wasn't exactly happy with me after what happened last week because he wanted to vote for you, Addie, and I wouldn't let him. So that's one thing to consider as well. So who knows where he stands as well. So I've burned bridges with a lot of people as well. Another thing to consider as well, what happened last tribal. What Austin did last tribal was incredible. As Luke said it himself, it was one of the best tribals that he had ever seen. And that's because Austin did the work and he beat a powerhouse in the last question of the tiebreaker challenge. Incredible. Great thing on Austin's resume, definitely something you should consider. That's pretty much the really only thing that I'll say. One thing that I'll put in to sweeten the pot, I don't like to use bribery, but I know where I am and I want to increase my chances. So Addie, if you pick me to go final 2, I will shave my head. Big incentive. You pick me to go final 2, I will shave my head. Shave a message into it, shave a pattern in it, whatever you'd like. Your choice.
Will you do my name on it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, Addie, take that also into consideration. You are choosing who to vote off here. The person that you write down is the person that will be going home. Austin, since I'm assuming you're voting for Derek, Derek for Austin, Addie will be the only one casting a vote. Addie, you can take your time, but I will ask for the vote now. You can text me once you're ready.
Okay. So yeah, I just say why I'm choosing for the person that I'm choosing. I've played this whole game pretty closely with this person, and I haven't always known whether I can trust them or not, but in the past few weeks it's become evident, and I have had a great time working with this person, and I'm sorry that I had to ruin somebody's dream, but obviously I have to choose somebody, so I'm gonna vote.
This is the final three. Congrats to all of you. But after this, the power shifts to the jury while they will address the two that are remaining. That said, I'll read the votes. I'll read the vote. And the 17th person voted out, and a 9th member of our jury, Derek.
Sorry, Derek.
Derek, tribe has spoken. I will allow you to say final words.
You know, yeah, it sucks. I have to say, this is probably one of my highlights of my college career. I played with so many great people. I didn't expect to make it this far at all. The fact I'm in the final three makes me happy in itself. I know that Sean was voted off third one last year and he came back, so you know, maybe that could be kind of a repeat story. Who knows? I'd love to play again if given the opportunity. Addie, you're fantastic. I think throughout this whole entire thing, everybody's been underrating the game you've played. The fact that you've only received a couple votes in this game is a testament to how tough you are and you know just how great your game was. Austin, I will say that you did kind of make it here by the skin of your teeth. You know, there were 2 occasions where you get saved by an idol. Nonetheless, though, you managed to turn it around and you made it to where you are today. So you definitely did a great job and you definitely deserve to be here. So to both of you, my vote is not decided. I'm going to be really looking for your speech come finals and, you know, pull the heartstrings, give it all you got, and we'll see who wins.
We started with 19 players, 18 kind of, Sean came in, 19. And now we are down to 2, Austin and Addie. Both freshmen, both starting off in Zeleny, both had very different games, but both find themselves in the final 2. Now, the power shifts to the jury, where the jury will get to address Austin and Addie and eventually decide who wins the 2nd season of Syrvivor Syracuse, Syrvivor Syracuse, Snakes and Secrets. This is a big decision. We will have the final tribal council in 2 days on the 99th day of the season. Both players will have opening statements, followed by questioning from each of the jury members and closing statements, and then we'll vote and we'll crown the 2nd Sole Survivor in Syrvivor Syracuse history.
Okay, so there's like 3 more hours until final tribal starts, and I'm getting so nervous. I don't get nervous. That's the thing. This is why it's like this whole game has taught me that I'm not usually nervous in life, except apparently during tribals. Like every freaking tribal, I was sweating it. Like if you play back the tapes, you could see that I was just like dead silent most of the time. Like I couldn't form sentences because I was so nervous all the time that the plan wasn't gonna go well, but it did, and week after week we got them out, which is just amazing. And I think the people that the contestants that were chosen, I think they really helped me grow as a person, because I learned throughout this experience, like the people that I can, like, I don't know, I feel like I learned who I work well with and who I can't really work well with, what I can do. And I think the biggest takeaway from this situation, from this experience I should say, was me learning that I'm pretty persuasive. I think that was like my biggest role like in this game, is I was able to just meet these people, make them trust me, and make them want to work with me, make them want to keep me and take me to the end. I think, the fact that I was just able to, week one, convince Hannah that she should work with me instead of her whole alliance that trusted her and that she had safety with. I convinced her that she should work with me instead and vote Aaron out and not tell her own alliance. I think that was like the week after that was when it started hitting me that I could possibly win this game. I came in here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some friends, which funny thing is, that didn't really happen. But I was just like, no, I don't think I would win, but it's gonna be a fun experience. And look where I am, like, it's crazy. And I'm so thankful for this whole experience, and I'm thankful that I got to meet these people that were able to help me grow as a person and just learn a lot about myself, what I'm capable of. I hope that I have another chance. I don't know if I will, but I hope I didn't cause too much of a ruckus, and I'll be able to come back and see how round 2 goes. I would love that opportunity. But as far as today, I'm freaking nervous. I know they're gonna throw freaking fastballs at me. The bad thing is I'm not really good at thinking, like it takes me a while to think of a good answer or a good plan. So I'm not really, I guess the word is witty, or maybe not. I'm just not a fast thinker, and I know that's gonna get to me because I feel like they're gonna ask me questions that I have the answers to, but I'm just not gonna think of them because in that moment. I'm just glad though, because Austin's up there with me, and I feel like they hate him as much as they hate me, so it'll be an interesting experience to see what these people come up with.
Here we are. It is right before final travel council. Sorry for the late upload, Luke. Kind of spent a lot of today preparing myself for this mentally and with what I wanted to say. And all I can really say at this point is I'm honestly so grateful for being able to play this game. Having this whole experience, regardless of how tonight goes, it's been an absolute blast. So much fun playing this. It would have been just as fun if I got voted out 10 votes ago, whatever. If I lose tonight, it doesn't matter. And that's the attitude I'm gonna bring into tonight. While I signed up for the win, it's certainly not what it became about for me by the end. And that's the message I kind of want to get across tonight. I definitely want to highlight, the things I was a part of, the moves I made, but more importantly, me as a person and how I've grown, how I've changed, and really why I played the best game. Because sure, this is a game full of strategy and a lot of separation between game and personal level, but it's individual and you have to focus on yourself. You have to take something away from it. And playing the best game, doesn't just mean winning the challenges, playing the idols. It's about how did you connect with everyone? How did you leave your mark? How will you be remembered? And that's the image I'm trying to create here. And it's just been such a ride. I'm looking forward to talking to the jury tonight, answering their questions. I believe I played a pretty open, honest game. I was always honest to myself. Did what I wanted to do, not what I felt pressure to do. Made up my own decisions. And I'm proud of that, and I need to emphasize that tonight. And really, I have nothing to hide. Just like I played my game, I have nothing to hide. Tonight, every answer, everything I say is going to be nothing but the truth. And hopefully the jury respects that enough, and tonight, I can't believe I'm saying it, but hopefully tonight I really do become the winner of this game. I've said it from the beginning, I'm going to do it. And now I actually have the chance to do it. So, it's been one heck of a ride. Whichever way it goes tonight, it's been a blast, and I can't wait for not only what happens tonight, but with this club moving forward. I really want to see how everything comes together, you know, semesters from now, how everything goes. It's really exciting, and, you know, to be a part of this game that I've loved so much since a young age, it's really an amazing experience, and I can't say enough good things about it. So it's about time to get ready. So sorry to lead up a little, Luke, but I mean, today I've just spent so much time today reflecting about what this experience has been for me, for far more than just a game reason, and now it's come full circle, and let's see how it goes.
Austin and Addie, welcome to the final two. You guys are the two sole survivors to make it here, 99 days in, but now there's only one survivor that can claim the title of Sole Survivor for season 2. With that said, this is the final tribal council, so make sure all of your points that you want to get across to them are crossed, as well as anything you want to show about your game, relationships you've made, or just yourself in general is crossed and said to the jury so that you can gain their votes. Today, the power will move to the 9 jury members that you two had a part of kicking out of this game, and they will ultimately decide who wins in the end out of you two. All right, good luck to the both of you. Now I will bring in the members of our jury. Welcome, Survivor Syracuse Season 2 cast and pre-merge. Just to call out a few names from the pre-merge, we have Hannah Dolan here, Eli and Nassan. Thank you guys for coming. In addition, we have the production. We have our final two, Austin and Addie, which will be vying for the jury members' votes tonight to find out who will win the second Sole Survivor title and the winner of Season 2. For the jury members, we have Jack, Erica, Geneva, Derek, Abby, Andrew, Mike, Summer, and Sean here. Each of them have equipped a question and a statement for either both or directed at one of you guys to answer to decide where their vote might go tonight. With that said, Austin and Addie before this have picked to decide who will go first for their opening and closing statements. Austin will go first for his opening, and Austin will end in the closing, and Addie will go second in her opening and start for her closing. Without further ado, I'll turn it over to Austin. Good luck for the both of you. Austin, you can start your opening statement now.
Can you hear me okay? Am I good? Sound okay? Okay. Firstly, I would like to thank the jury, Luke and all the members of the production team and the e-board, as well as everyone else involved with this game for being a part of this experience. It's been an absolute blast so far, and it wouldn't have been the same without any of you. So thank you for being a part of this. I want to begin by saying that I've tried to make it clear throughout the entire game that I've always tried to separate the game part of Survivor from the personal connections that I made. And that does not change tonight, regardless of how the vote goes tonight. All the relationships I've made in this game have been genuine and human. And no matter what happens, especially with the nature of the game, every week someone has to get voted out. And it makes it really hard to keep these connections from a game perspective. But no matter what's happened so far with all of you, I hope these personal connections have lasted, and I really hope that continues after tonight as well. Now for some of my strategy. When I first signed up for this game, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I signed up because I grew up watching Survivor, and I wanted to see if I had what it takes to play at a high level. Of course, as I got further along the process of being cast for this season and learn more about the organization, I realized that this would be a great opportunity to make new friends that I otherwise wouldn't be able to meet. So I never really had friends who watched Survivor when I was younger, so it really excited me to be a part of an organization with people who have similar passions as me. Right from the beginning, I wanted to play an honest and loyal game. And while honesty and loyalty were part of my strategy, they became so much more for me in a personal way, which I'll explain more later on. But another thing I wanted to do was connect with as many people on a personal level as possible, not necessarily for strategic purposes, but really just for people purposes. I knew the game would require lying constantly, which I was fine with, but I never really wanted to be part of a massive blindside where people's feelings get hurt and feel betrayed. And looking back, I can say now, sure, I lied, but it was all just on a game level. and never personal. About my game, I'm a strategically minded person, so my game centered a lot around numbers. I wanted to ensure I had a solid alliance right off the bat, which our little Chipotle alliance was supposed to be, with me, Erica, Mike, Hannah, Aaron, and Megan. And that didn't work out at all because Aaron got voted out first, and me, Erica, and Mike were kind of left on the out right away. So that kind of left the three of us, getting close together, especially during the pre-merge. And that kind of was my first core group in this game. So that's how the pre-merge went. And then once we got to the merge, everything really changed. I know a lot can be said about the moves that occurred over the rest of the game. And I think we all know which ones are the ones that stand out. I know there can be criticism that neither of the idols played for me those first 2 weeks of the merge were mine. But while that is true, I think that shows the strength that I had in my social game to create the connections and have an alliance that wanted to protect me. So while playing an idol for yourself is flashy, I believe getting 2 idols played for you says more about the level of game that you're playing, as you're playing to the point where enough people want you out so that they vote for you, yet just enough people want you to stay in so they'll give up an advantage they have that they can use to help themselves further down the line to keep you in the game now. But throughout the entire game, I played my own game. While I worked closely with my alliance, every decision I made in this game was made solely by me and not driven by anyone else. The decisions I made, I took responsibility for, and I accepted the consequences of each and every one of them. I consulted my alliance, but at the end of the day, whether or not I wanted to vote one way or another, I voted the way that I felt would best fit me and the game I wanted to play. I'm sure we'll be diving more into the moves we made as the night progresses, so I want to begin wrapping up my statement this way. Outwit, outplay, and outlast. Those are the 3 principles that a winner is supposed to demonstrate better than anyone else. While I do believe that by the end of the game, I'm the one who stepped up to earn the win, there's another factor I believe should be considered, the takeaway. What did you gain from this experience? This is something I really started to ask myself as the game moved along. I think it's undeniable that I'm a different person now than I was at the start of the game. I began shy, quiet, and never outspoken. Yet here I am, able and willing to talk about anything. And while I had to change to keep up with the pace of the game, I realized that life too goes by too quick just to be a witness. There are so many things that I've learned by playing this game, and so many ways I've applied these lessons to my personal life that I expect will be brought up later tonight. But what I want to say now is you don't need 39 days on an island to gain a new perspective, or to learn something new, or to reflect on yourself and improve who you are. Now to the jury, all I ask of you is that you consider everything you hear tonight. I look forward to all of your questions. I have nothing to hide tonight, so all of my answers will be nothing but the genuine truth. I believe that I played the most consistent and thorough game from beginning to end, and tonight I hope I can show you why.
All right, thank you, Austin. Jury, please take that into account. Now we'll turn it over to Addie for her opening statement. Addie, you can start.
Obviously, a lot of you guys came in here already knowing who you're going to vote for, so it doesn't really matter what I say to you. I would like to address the people that respect this game enough to vote for the person most deserving. Let me start by answering the question that you all probably want to know. Was I a GOAT? Was I just a coattail hiding behind big players? Absolutely. My favorite quote from Syrvivor is, "Perception is not reality, reality is reality." It was part of my plan this whole time to make the moves to keep me in this game while hiding my game completely. Most people don't know that I was the one responsible for Aaron going home week 1. I was at the very bottom of my tribe because people had stayed behind after the challenge and formed an alliance. I found out that Aaron, who was supposed to be my number 1, was throwing my name out to go home, and he was playing both sides. I started talking to Hannah and gaining her trust, and that's how I found out about this alliance and about everyone's game without having to talk to a single person. Derek was supposed to go home that week, but I wanted to split that alliance and the person throwing my name out gone. In that week, I got her to not only vote out that person that literally benefited only me, but I got her to not tell her own alliance about this plan. In doing this, the alliance that I was not a part of would split up and become distrustful of Hannah, which only benefited me. The following weeks, she would continue to do my dirty work by telling members of the other alliance that I was a non-threat. My second best game move was snatching Geneva to my alliance before the 5 could. If I hadn't told Mike and Derek to put in more effort with Geneva, she told me that she would have voted with the 5. This entire game would be completely different if Geneva hadn't joined Zeleny. Before any of you guys say she carried me, not once did she save me with an idol or save me in any way. Not once did she tell me who to vote for. In fact, the week Andrew went home, the plan was for her to vote for Mike and I vote with my alliance and possibly piss off the 5. I realized that she would get a final 3 with Abby and Summer, be good with the 5, and be in an alliance with Zeleny. I knew that was not what was best for my game, so I convinced her to vote for Austin instead of Mike. That way we would both be putting our lives at risk and the 5 would think she was a bigger threat than I was. I'm not undermining her game whatsoever, though. I think she deserves to be up here as much as we do. Week after week, we were a powerhouse. And the funny thing is, most of you guys thought it was Derek, Mike, and Austin running the show. Week after week, it was usually Geneva and I who came up with the plans, who put our lives at risk, and who saved those so-called big threats. My third best game move was getting Geneva out before she won this whole game or before she got me out. The day before Tribal, I called Derek and I and said that he thought Austin had an idol and that we should vote for him. I knew Austin was my best chance of getting to the end, and although I hadn't talked to him yet, I wanted a final 2 with him. I knew the boys wanted a big threat out that week, so I suggested that we go with Geneva instead of Austin. Austin had no one at that point, and I had something that could make him trust me enough to make a final 2 with me. Mike refused to let Austin in on the vote, so I used that to my advantage. After Geneva went home, I told Austin all about how Mike and Derek were going to vote him out, and I saved him. From that point, I knew I was sitting in the best position because Mike, Derek, and Austin trusted me. I played up the jury hates me and I would never get a vote card, and they all said they would take me to the end over one another. If I ever told you at some point that I was playing an honest game, that was a lie. I was willing to do whatever it took to win this game. By not winning any competitions and constantly repeating the fact that I can't win any competition showed people that I was just a weak link, or so they thought. I had a final 2 with Hannah, Geneva, Mike, and Austin. Yes, I did snaky things, ruffled more than a few feathers, but I made ballsy moves in this game. Take away 2 immunity wins, what can Austin say that he did that others didn't? Yes, he's very smart, but what impact did he have on your game and on this game? I think I deserve to win this game because I was a key player in getting Aaron, Eli, Jack, Summer, and Geneva, 4 of the biggest threats in the game, out at that time. Austin was not responsible at all for any of these besides putting down the vote. He was purposely taken out of the no for Aaron and Geneva and was willing to vote whichever way I did when Summer left. He was countlessly saved by idols. His name was written down a jillion times. Mine was written down once. I just don't think immunity wins are enough. I made ballsy moves in this game, whether you like them or not. My only regret was hiding my game a little too much, but it clearly worked.
Thank you, Addie. Jury, please take that to account when you make your decision at the end of the night. With the opening statements being done, we will now move over to the jury, where each jury member will have the opportunity to ask a question directed either at Addie or Austin or both. We'll be doing this in elimination order. So Jack, you are first. Without further ado, you can ask your question.
All right. First off, those were 2 pretty good opening statements. I was shocked that they were both that good. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I feel like throughout the game, both of you were not really in the forefront of making the decisions, or else, I mean, at least it didn't seem that way. But you clearly both think that you made big moves in this game. So I want an answer from both of you. What was your biggest move? I only want one, and then I want you to answer why that big move is better than the other person's big move.
Okay. Do you want to start, or should I go first?
No, you can go.
I would say the biggest move I made was deciding that I was going to side with Zeleny over you and your alliance, Jack. I knew going into the merge time with the double tribal council that if I just hung along with you guys, we would reach a point in the game where I wouldn't have an option for moves. So I created a plan that didn't go all the way through with how I expected it, but it still worked to the same effect. You guys said you were voting for Derek. I had every reason to believe that. My plan was to just get the information to them as to who you guys were voting for, play the idol for that person, I vote with you guys, and then we continue that process next week before I flip and go into rocks or something like that. Now, that obviously didn't happen like that. Either I got found out or I made myself suspicious in a way, which is why you guys voted for me. But the fact that I managed to get Derek to play the idol for me, which was possibly my intent anyway, if he was the one getting votes that night, kind of signifies my ability to get trust with someone and get him to play his double idol, which could have been used up until Final 5, on me in Final 11. Like, it was the first week he had it. He could have held it and kept himself going strong. And instead, he used it to me to keep me in, which solely benefited my game because I'm really the one sitting here. So really getting rid of you was probably my biggest move.
I have to agree with Austin when saying getting rid of you was my biggest move. I think that week alone, Geneva and I spent so many hours trying to come up with a good plan. And obviously we didn't know what you guys were going to do, but we ended up coming up with a hand signal that Summer would tell Geneva. And when Summer told Geneva, she did the hand signal, and I was able to go tell Derek who to use the idol on and execute a perfect blindside.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jack. Andrew, you're up next.
All right. Once again, congrats making the final 2. It's obviously a big accomplishment. Obviously, you recently have been playing a more like individual game as the numbers of people still remaining have been lower. But I think, in my opinion, Survivor is as much of a team game as it is an individual challenge. That may have led to my elimination, but that's not here or there. I just want to know how you guys felt that you guys performed as team players and if you would have done anything differently in that aspect.
I'll go first again. I think I know I said in the game publicly at tribal council that Survivor isn't a team game, it's an individual game. But obviously you need loyalty and an alliance to make it far. And when you think about a team game, I went to the first 2 tribal councils pre-merge and then none after that. I mean, I risked my game to avoid a tribal council by really going off in the puzzle challenge. I think that was the 3rd challenge, really exposed my potential with puzzles and a big part of challenges in this game to avoid going another tribal council with my tribe. And then once we got to the merge, working with a 5-person alliance going up against the majority, it was kind of tough, but my presence, I believe, kind of held it all together because, like Addie said, Geneva was still able to gain information from the majority and figure out the plan. She could have just gone along with them if they didn't have me, and she didn't want to avoid the minority. She voted for me when she knew that the plan was for me the first week of the merge. She got in on the plan to split between me and Mike the second week. And then come the end of the game, I chose to keep my relationship with Addie over forming one with Summer at Final 5 by voting with Addie Final 5 instead of Summer. And unfortunately for Summer, she had a bit to do with that on her own. But really, that was me being a team player. I chose not to sacrifice a relationship with Addie in order to keep Summer by getting rid of Summer and keeping Addie as my close partner.
I think I had countless opportunities to go over to the other side, vote with the other side. I think one instance was when I had the possible Final 4 with Summer and Abby. I could have easily turned on my team, could have easily voted with them, but I decided that from the beginning, I basically decided that I wanted to stick with Zeleny. I trusted them, and throughout the whole game, I stuck with my alliance.
All right. Thank you, Andrew, for that question. Jury, take those answers into account. We'll go next to the next jury member, Abby.
Hi, guys. So what I want to talk about, can everyone hear me? Yeah. What I want to talk about, which no one's really brought up yet, is this game is team, individual, whatever you want to call it, but a big factor of this game is jury votes at the end, and that's where we are here today. And a lot of people I know I've heard think that my 5-person, 6-person alliance was like exclusive. We weren't going to break all that, but it's very false, first of all, because we allowed, like Addie said, we gave many opportunities to many people to join us. Whether they chose to or not was their decision, but that could have benefited them. Jury votes, like look at the jury right now. We have it stacked, us 6, we're all from an alliance. You only have a few people from your alliance. So my question for you guys is, I want to hear what your case would be if you were sitting Final 2 with a member of a Maroon 5 Alliance member, and what did you do to earn jury votes over one of us if we were sitting next to you?
Good question. Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm not really good at thinking fast, but I think if I was standing up there, let's say with Summer, I think the thing with your side was you guys played a very similar game to each other. You guys made the same moves, and I think with our side, we all made separate individual moves that would carry us over, and not just carry our whole team over, but carry us individually over. So I think for us, it was both an individual and a team game.
Okay. My pitch would probably be somewhat similar just because I want to focus on what I'm taking away and my ability to adapt to this game. But really, noting the fact that I got 12 votes from that alliance in the first 2 weeks of the merge and still came here to tell the story about it and survive that whole ordeal. So whether or not I'm sitting here next to Addie or someone else, you know, there's not much like comparable that would happen to me. I got a lot of votes. I fought for my spot to be here, and I really think I proved myself to be here. So whether or not the vote at the end of the day would have been coming down to who played the best game, if I'm sitting next to Addie or someone else, it really comes down to, or whether or not it would go to friends or popularity. You know, I really am pushing for who played the best game, and that's what I want you all to consider.
All right, thank you guys. We'll now move over to the next jury member. Erica, your question for Addie and Austin.
Isn't it Sean?
Oh, I forgot about Sean. Wow, my fault. Redo that. Thank you guys for that question, Abby. We are now moving over to season 1 and season 2 standout, Sean DeVos. Sean, your question?
I'm a standout. So first off, just being the season 1 alum and being very close to where you two are, just want to say congratulations. I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of time and commitment to get to where you are. So congrats. So my question is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. To both of you, is there one thing, and if there is, what is it that you regret or would change about the game that you played this season?
I'll go first since I already kind of answered it. I think my biggest regret in this game, and I think my own alliance can attest to this, is hiding my game too much to the point where clearly you guys don't know like that I was a big part of the decisions that got made. I wasn't just following people or voting for the people that I was told to vote for every week. I was trying to come up with a plan and make decisions. So just the perception aspect of it, I would say.
I would say my biggest regret as far as gameplay would probably be letting Geneva go final 6. I can say without a doubt that if I had known she was going to go home, I would have played the idol for her. She was probably my closest ally by that point. But really, I mean, it didn't make much of a difference down the stretch. But to me, at final 6, Summer made the most sense to go. So Geneva going stirred my game another way. But I do wish that I could have at least gotten final 5 with her.
Thank you, Sean. Now we'll move over to Erica for her question.
Hi. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Out of everyone in the season, I don't think that either of you, in my mind, is a clear winner of Sole Syrvivor. But neither am I. My game wasn't good enough, and that's why I'm on the jury. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think that there were jury members who deserve the game leaps and bounds more than people in the final 2. But sometimes Survivor has upsets, and to me, this is one of them. So I could sit here and tell you that I don't know who I'm voting for yet, or that I'm going to pick out of a hat. But that would be a lie, just like it was the first time. And my vote comes down to this. One of you tried to play the game, and one of you, in my mind, didn't try at all. And so there's really no changing my vote tonight. But what you can change is whether casting that vote is quick and painless or excruciatingly difficult for me. So I'm going to ask each of you a version of the same question. I want to know from each of you why I should vote for the other person, basically. So Austin, how many votes is Addie going to get tonight in your head, and why should I vote for her?
I'll start with why you should vote for her, just so I have time to think about that other one. But I think you should vote for her because she did play that under the radar game, and that's the type of stuff you said upsets happen, and sure enough, if we are the upsets, we're here. She played a quiet game. That doesn't mean she played a bad game. And to be completely honest with you, when Addie and I started working closely together around Final Five time-ish, I gained a whole lot more respect for the game she was playing. And I'd be lying if I said that if I at Final Six could pick Addie to sit next to me, I would have thought it would be as a GOAT. But if I had won Final Three, I would have picked Addie not out of me thinking I had the best chance to win, but because I respect loyalty. She was loyal to me, and I honestly think she does deserve to be here. As for how many votes she's going to get tonight, I think she's going to deserve a heck of a lot if she doesn't get a heck of a lot, but I would say she could win this game, so I would say 4 to 5.
And Addie, how many votes is Austin going to get, and why should he get mine?
Okay, I think he should get yours because, for one, he hasn't this whole game. He has remained loyal to you. He hasn't faulted you in any way. I can't say the same, but I think that he has, like I said, played a really honest game. He didn't really lie to people. He was very good in competitions. He's very smart, and I think he was a huge part of at least my game and my experience in this show. And I think he would probably get, like, how many jury members are there?
9.
9. I think he would get at least 6.
Congratulations to the both of you on making it to Final 2. I definitely wish I was sitting where you both are now, because I know I played a solid game. I was voted out of the game after being the snake twice, finding 3 hidden immunity idols, getting a poison advantage to save Addie during the week she caused drama, surmounting countless strategic moves, surviving 10 tribal councils, attending 11, and as well as playing for 80 days. Austin, your stellar performance at the Final 4 Tribal Council and Tiebreaker Challenge earned you that spot tonight. And as of now, the show-stopping, astounding, and spectacular cash prize. Considering how many times your name has been written down in this game, I imagine you'll have lots of luck tonight. Because I can't ask more than one question, Austin, I would like you to keep in mind what I say next. In your closing argument, I would like you to touch on your relationships and game moves pre-merge that put you where you are today. To be honest, prior to the transitional tribe, I didn't even hear your name mentioned in conversations. I would appreciate hearing more about this later. Addie, congratulations on winning your first challenge. I'd like you to speak about the point of voting me out at the Final 6 Tribal Council, especially when knowing you had the hidden immunity idol. This wasn't your game move, it was Mike's. And lastly, in comparison to myself, Summer had the stronger performance in challenges. The decision to keep Summer in the game would have been detrimental had she been sitting next to any of the Final 4. Not because she played a better game, but because the jury is made up of her friends and tribe mates. Social dynamics are an integral part of this game. And you risk that possibility of her making it to the end by voting me out sooner rather than later. And that leads me to my question. Addie, if you could choose any contestant from season 2, from pre-merge to post-merge, to be sitting next to you right now, who would it be and why?
Besides Austin, I'm assuming?
Anybody.
I mean, Austin, I knew from way long ago maybe not that long ago, but I knew for a while that I wanted to be up here with Austin because I stood the best chance against him. Geneva, you would have won this game. You would have won this game if I didn't get you out sooner, or you would have gotten me out sooner. It literally, that decision was out of respect for your game. You played a really good game, and I mean, you had to go. At some point, you had to go. And I just thought, right now, we have the opportunity. I'd rather Geneva go than Austin because I have a better chance with Austin. And the choice was presented. Mike wanted Austin out, and I didn't want that, so it had to be you.
To address your point, to me, and based on looking at the game, it is dangerous to keep someone in the game who has an entire jury. If you heard Abby earlier, she was talking about who was on the jury. And if you look at the dynamics of the game, there are many moves that you could have made that could have ultimately been yours. First of all, what I'd like to say is if you, there are 3 potential moves that you could have made at Final 6. One potential move you could have made at Final 6 was going along with what Mike and Derek said, and in agreement, basically say, yes, I will vote Geneva out, but in reality, not vote me out. Because you know what you could have done? Is you could have gotten me not to trust them and to follow along with you. And then we would have the numbers till the end. And at the final 3, you could vote me out and secure that sole move to get me and win the game.
For me personally, I think that's riskier than keeping Summer around, because I knew that you could have Austin, you could have Mike, you could have Derek. Summer wouldn't have anyone. She would always be a threat. Why would I keep you around basically for you to win or convince people to keep you here? And then I'm standing up there with you right now, and you played such a better game and you win. Like, this is a game of Survivor. You said it yourself. If you need to vote out friends, you are going to do that. That's what I did. And I know I hurt you, but this is the game of Survivor. You're supposed to vote people out you're supposed to make decisions that will get you farther in the game. And that's exactly what I did. And I knew obviously it worked because I'm standing here and Summer went home. So I mean, I would not change anything about the game because I'm standing here with Austin.
Well, congratulations, Austin and Mike. It was quite the whirlwind season, and you got here somehow, so got to give you that. But I have a quick thing to say before my question, and it's to Addie. And as much as I understand that playing under the radar, riding coattails, acting like you're not a threat can be a strategy, it's really hard to believe that that wasn't what was really happening. Like, I get it, you can use it to wow everyone and say, yeah, I did this so that I could get all the way here, but it's hard to believe that that's not what you were literally doing. So I get that you're saying that at the end, but I tried to talk to you at points in the game and it really didn't seem like you were doing anything. So while I haven't made my decision, I'm just trying to say, I don't know if that sways me. My question is for both of you. It's pretty simple. It just kind of, I've collected a lot of information, so this is more of a personal question. And I'm genuinely curious, were either of you actually aligned with me at any point? Like, were you planning on voting with me? And if so, why did you change?
I definitely considered myself aligned with you when we were on the same tribe, for sure, that entire time. That was never fake. I genuinely wanted to work with you. The reason we ended up on the wrong side was just because I kind of realized numbers weren't going to be in my favor if I stayed with that. And also I did get some like weird, like, why would they be playing with Derek if we know he has the idol type thing? So I kind of sussed that out and had to make up my own mind as to what I wanted to do, what was best for my game at the time. And I also did actually want to align with you Final 5 when that opportunity was presented. I said when I found my idol that barring any catastrophic circumstances like Geneva getting blindsided, I wasn't going to play it for anyone but myself because I didn't want to risk getting the votes in a revote or something like that because I didn't know Addie had her idol. So I didn't know what would happen in the event that happened. So yeah, I could have played mine for you, but that would have just jeopardized my game because you could have just voted me out with that one vote. If I voted for Derek still and you voted for me, I go home in the revote. Addie has her idol. She can play it for Derek. So,
you didn't tell me you had your idol, though.
Because I didn't want to be presented with, hey, can you play it for me? I didn't want to say, like, I'm going to play it for you because at the end of the day, when it came down to it, I chose to keep my relationship with Addie strong over keeping you and hoping that we could work something out too.
Okay, thank you. Addie.
Okay, yeah. So there were 2 instances where we worked together or we were trying to make a plan. The first one was with you and Abby, and I honestly can't say yes or no because I don't remember, but I do remember there was a point when I was like, I cannot work with her because I found out that you had made a final 3 with Geneva, Abby, and yourself. and I was obviously at the bottom of that. So once I learned of that, I was just
You
like,
thought Abby and I would actually do that?
I did think that, yes.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really
No,
know
I
you
just
at
didn't
that
know
time.
that you guys believed
Yeah.
that we were being serious.
No, I did believe that, and I didn't want to be at the bottom of that. So, and then the second time, yes, I was going to vote with you somewhere. I swear on everything, I was going to vote with you until I found out that, like, you were telling Derek and Mike one thing, and then me and Austin one thing, and then you were telling me also that you didn't know who you were going to vote for. That kind of scared me, because if you would have said, yes, I am voting with you, then I would have 100% voted out Derek. Sorry, Derek. But
no, I'm still mad about. Okay, never mind. I don't want to elaborate on that. But yeah, Derek, I was loyal to you. But okay, thank you. Gave me a little.
Wait, Austin has a point, but then
Yeah,
I have something else to say after.
I was never lying to you that week, Final Five.
Yeah,
My
what made
decision-
what it
my-
need?
What was
Go.
that? My
No.
decision was made on a phone call 10 seconds before travel council started,
Why? Why didn't you vote with me to vote out Derek?
because I heard that you told Derek about the plan, and I didn't know how I
No,
could.
but he didn't know it was gonna work.
That killed me. The fact that killed me.
Yeah, it killed me too. But
I'm
okay.
so sorry it happened that way, but at that point I knew, like, I had to play it safer, if that makes sense.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, and then also to address like what you started off with about how do you trust like the fact that I'm telling the truth about my game moves. I think my tribe can say that, like, it was usually week after week Geneva and I that were making the decisions, and I mean, I don't know how else I can convince you. Obviously you're going to be able to watch the tapes once they air, but all I'm saying is, like, I made these moves. And
all right, thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Summer. We'll now move over to the last two jury members, starting with Mike with his question. Mike, you're muted.
Okay. First of all, congratulations to both of you on making it here. I wish I could be in your position, but you two did that work, so good job. Now, let me say, my mind is not made up on it. I think me and a lot of the jury were struggling. We were struggling to figure out what you guys actually did in the game. And throughout the season, me and Derek's name have been brought up a lot. And we were at the forefront of jury threats when you guys voted me out. So what I want to know is, if, say that didn't work and I was sitting next to one of you, what is your case to the jury to beat me?
I would say that in many ways I was sort of the shield for our group. I was the one who took a lot of the votes, and it wasn't really until the other side lost the numbers to really make moves happen that the votes started getting put on Geneva and Addie in ways that we perceived just to be fighting them for not getting any votes up to that point. So when final 8 tribal council came and 2 votes went to Geneva and 1 went to Addie, I don't think either of them got votes up to that point, or a significant amount, and now they have blemishes on their resume. So really, like, I was the shield. I was the one taking the hit for it. Like, I was the one gone because I was the one who people feared getting to this point would know how to work their way around the last couple people left in the game and figure out how to get here. That's mine.
So for my answer, I think that if you were up here with me, we obviously worked together this whole game. I think you can count your immunity wins, but besides that, I think we would have a very similar social game, because we both put our lives at risk. We both lied to the other side, and we both pissed off the other side. I don't know. I really don't know what to say to that. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think that you did play a better game because you won immunity wins. I didn't win any immunity, but I also think that made me lesser of a threat, and that's also a big reason why I'm here, is because I didn't win those immunity challenges until I had to, until the most important one. But I think I hid my game really well. We both made very similar moves, but I was able to hide my game better and not make myself a threat.
All right, Mike, any words?
No, I think that's it. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Take that into account, jury. We'll now go to our last question and our last jury member. Derek, take it away.
Hey guys, very jealous of you right now, admittedly, but you guys both deserve to be here, so congratulations. One thing that was definitely very important to my game was the social aspect, and that's an important aspect for everybody because at the end of the day, we do face a jury, and they're the ones that decide we win. So I want to know, coming into this game, what was your social strategy, and why was your social strategy better than the others?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So my social strategy coming into the game was to act like I had no idea about Survivor in general, and to use strong players to shield me, but also to make the moves that I wanted made. And I think that's exactly what I accomplished. I was able to hide behind players like Hannah, players like Aaron, players like Geneva, and those players were able to basically tell the other side or tell people that I was a non-threat. And I think my social game was being able to persuade people into doing my dirty work.
My social game was to connect personally with everyone. I wanted actual friends out of this experience, and that's what I hope I'm getting still after this. That's how I felt coming in, and that's how I want to be after. So, Derek, your and I friendship was legitimate. Even though you were the threat week 1 because you lied about the snake, that was the reason. I didn't want you gone, and that was just why it happened like that. Me and Mike were close, allies the entire game, and that extended as a friendship too. Same thing with everyone here. Erica too. Erica and I talked about hockey every single week. Jack and I talked about sports. We met in the fall cafe a couple times, saw each other after class, said what's up. Geneva, same thing, talked about personal connections with her, stuff that I never thought I'd be talking with Geneva about. If anyone in this game was going to be my closest ally on a personal level, I never thought it would be Geneva, but here it was, and that was her. Abby and I have the same IST class. Andrew and I just talk about bro stuff. Summer and I used to live on the same floor, and no one knows that. yeah, Sadler too. And no one knows that. So we've run our course of interaction too. So I really just wanted to connect with everyone and actually build relationships that lasted beyond the game, regardless of what threat level that put upon me.
All right, Derek, any final words?
Thanks, guys. It's going to be a tough choice for me, but it's going to have to be done. So no offense, but one of you guys are going to win it all, and the other one is going to leave in second.
Thank you.
All right, now that jury questioning is over, please take into account everything that was said during this questioning and build a case for who you should cast your vote for. Now we will turn it over back to the final two for the closing remarks. We will start with Addie and then end with Austin. Addie, you can start.
Take a moment to reflect on how either one of us impacted your game. Why are you sitting there right now? Is it because of me or is it because of Austin? Take away immunity wins. Which player made strategic power moves within their tribe? I have outwitted, outplayed, and outlasted.
Okay. Jury, please take that closing statement into account. Now we'll move over to Austin for the final closing statement. Austin, you may start.
Again, jury, I just asked you to consider everything you heard tonight. When it really comes down to it, I played the game I said I wanted to play. Day 1 to day 99. I wanted to come in, play socially, make connections, play the game I thought I could play and play well. I played strategically, even though it may be thought that I wasn't really behind many of the moves. I told Mike at the Eagle Eye vote, hey, I'm with you no matter what, and I did pitch the case that maybe Eagle Eye should go. And we went back and forth on that. We weighed all of our options. I wanted to be loyal to the people who I knew I could trust, and that's how I played the game. My game wasn't influenced by what other people told me, but what I thought would be best for my game. To what Geneva said earlier, my connections pre-merge and everything, I just pointed out some of them, but Hannah and I were pretty close. I thought Eli was a great dude, really funny. I loved laughing with him, and really getting to play the game with everyone pre-merge, especially pre-merge is when it all came around as a socially. When we got to the merge, lines got drawn and moves started to become more hard to find. I reached out finally, at least to Summer and Sean, and asked if there was anything you guys were interested in doing. And I was met both times with, I don't think there's anything. The reason Erica didn't get anything was because Mike reached out and he got a response of what's it to you. I'm sorry, but I didn't want to put anything through that again. So really, I tried to explore my options. I do wish the game wasn't so rigid socially as it ended up being, but I made the most of what I had. And I hope that at least these last couple of weeks showed what I was trying to do the whole time. But when it came about what happened, I do consider myself to be friends with all of you. And I didn't want to go against the grain and sabotage relationships to join the majority alliance and put myself in a weaker spot there. I really just played the game that I thought would best benefit me, and it got me here, and I'm happy with that.
Thank you, Austin. This concludes our final tribal council. Now comes the most important decision of the season and the last time we are to vote. Jury, take into account everything that was said tonight when you cast your vote. Remember, you are voting for the person that you want to win this game. With that said, for the final time, it is time to vote. Jack, you're first. You can send me your text. All the votes are casted for the final time. Before I read the votes, I'd like to say thank you all the way from production, all the way down to cast. It was an amazing season, great finale, great everything, blindsides, relationships, and as Erica said, we all are friends here no matter what happens, and the shared experience is something we can take away through our entire lives and something that made our college experience worthwhile other than the other things that the college experience has. So thank you guys for a great season, and for the last time, I'll read the votes. Remember, since there are 9 jury members, 5 is enough. First vote, Addie. Austin. That's 1 vote Addie, 1 vote Austin, 7 votes left. Austin. Austin. That's 1 vote Addie, 3 votes Austin, 5 votes left. Austin. And the winner of Syrvivor Syracuse, Snakes and Secrets, Austin. Everyone can unmute themselves and start to clap.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Way to go, Austin.
I won't put the clapping emoji.
Everyone can lift their videos from
Eli, get out.
Well, everyone
Eli!
at home, everyone watching at home, and to the cast and production of season 2, I'd like to thank you guys again for a great season. Addie, you're a great person. Congrats on making it to Final 2. Austin, the winner, the sole survivor of season 2, Survivor Syracuse, Snakes and Secrets. Congrats, you played a great game, and I'm happy to call you the sole survivor of Survivor Syracuse history. That said, thank you guys for everything. That's all I have for you.